Welcome to the Dork Forest. Jackie and her pals will never bore us. Shameless confessions
about our obsession
will make us laugh and smile. So let's explore the Dork Forest and dork out for a while.
Hi, it's Jackie Cation. Welcome to the Dork Forest. You know the websites, JackieCation.com, DorkForest.com, TheDorkForest.com. Yeah, I bought that. And happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Solstice. If you are an atheist, I hope you get your laundry done. I hope it all works out for you. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope it was great. Here's the longest of all intros because this is a very special episode. Remember the Laughster episode I did right before Halloween with Matt Weinhold and Dana Gould and Sean Sheridan of each of their podcasts? We talked about monster movies. Matt and Sean have a podcast called Monster Party, and Dana Gould is just a monster freak. Dude loves some monsters, and he has the Dana Gould Hour. Well, there was a contest, a Laughster contest, Beyond the Dork Forest. Leann Olsen won. Leann Olsen of Minneapolis, Minnesota, won a 20-minute Skype Dork Forest interview about her dorkdom. Here's the thing. I don't like doing episodes over Skype, and I happen to be in Minneapolis, so we just sat down, but we sat down for half an hour, and I would have had her on for an hour because she is one of us. Oh, yes. And she's been listening to the Dork Forest for a long time, and she's definitely a dork. And so we talked for about half an hour, and then there was a show, so I couldn't have her on for the full hour. So this is an extra long intro. Very exciting. I was there working with Marie Bamford and working on my new album, the middle chunk. That isn't going to work. If you saw that show and you happen to see 20 minutes on my dad, that's probably not going to be on the new album. It'll be on the album after because I can't get it to work. Longest intro in the world. Here's a scoop about JackieCation.com and Christmas and holidays and giving gifts. If you want to order stuff, I happen to have probably definitely one of each size of the hooded sweatshirts in stock, zip hoodies that say the Dork Forest. I have green and brown t-shirts fully stocked, all sizes, small through XX, in the Dork Forest, and Black Ranger t-shirts, which are back to being union made because I've figured out how to do that. The rest of them aren't union made, just so you know. And but if you order probably before the 15th or the 17th, you can get it by Christmas. And I will mail that off to you with a bunch of trinkets and whatnot. Right after Christmas, December 26th and 27th and 28th, I will be recording my new album and a DVD, my very first DVD. It is going to be called This Will Make an Excellent Horcrux. And Jenny Fine has done the art for the album cover. I will be recording it at Acme in Minneapolis. And feel free to come to that because it's going to be awesome. And I'm very nervous about it, but very happy about it because I haven't done one in 3 years. The last one, It Is Never Going to Be Bread, came out in 2010. So plenty of material available. Just nervous. This will make an excellent Horcrux. Called that because my albums are where I keep my soul. Huh? Who doesn't love that as a little bit of a joke that Dan Schlissel from Stand Up Records, my label, didn't get because he didn't read the Harry Potter books. But he's very supportive anyway, so it'll be fine. So we're going to do a DVD and a CD, which probably won't be out till spring, but we'll be recording them in Minneapolis right after Christmas. So if you're in Minneapolis, come to that show. In other news, I'm going to be in Tempe with Maria on the 15th, I believe, Tempe, Arizona. And yeah, and the credits, of course, let's do those, right? Patrick Brady's going to fix this audio. He's going to put it all together. Very exciting. And he also does the teaser clips on YouTube, youtube.com/The Dork Forest. There is a Dork Forest Ranger page that is fan-made that I'm on Facebook. If you look up Dork Forest Rangers, you can join that if you want to talk to other Rangers of the Dork Forest. And that's super fun. And Mike Rickberg sang that song you heard in the beginning. He'll sing again at the end. Sarah Cohen in the beginning. He composed and wrote that. And Vilmos fixes the website. And he has his own podcast called Green Room Radio if you're looking for more podcasts. Speaking of which, allthingscomedy.com is the podcast network that the Dork Forest is in. And there are so many podcasts there. Many, many comics are doing stand-up comedy and podcasts. And so there's quite a selection. a bunch of different stuff to watch and listen to. And they're going to start doing other content. So go to allthingscomedy.com and check that out. All right. Let's do it. So the longest intro in the world, Leann Olsen of Geekiana.com, Geekiana.com, is really nice and very funny. And I hope you enjoy this episode of The Dork Forest. Hi, Jackie Cation here, sitting in the Acme Green Room with Leann Olsen, and we recorded a perfectly nice 5 minutes talking about Etsy and crafting and T-shirts, and we got into some Doctor Who and some Torchwood, and then I realized the Zoom wasn't recording. So let's try this again. Leann Olsen of Geekiana.com.
Yes, that's me.
That's you. It'll be in the notes. And what I have to say is that you won the Laughster live streaming monster video episode of The Dork Forest with Dana Gould and Matt Weinhold and Sean Sheridan, where they told me to watch The Thing, not knowing that is never going to happen.
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, I was really excited to see those guys. I thought it was going to be really fun, and it was really fun. Mm-hmm. But there were a lot of things in there not speaking to me, because I'm kind of a wuss.
Right, because it's too scary.
Cat. Yeah, too scary.
Right, but I'll tell you something. Right after it, I did watch The Evil Dead 2.
Okay. I think, seen most of that.
And it was worthwhile.
Yeah.
I will say that as a silly, ridiculous film, it was good.
Perfectly funny enough that it wasn't too bad.
And it explained why Andy and all of his friends love Bruce Campbell as much as they did.
Yes.
Because it was pretty cool.
Yes.
I mean, it's no Mortal Kombat. But I think, which was seen at the perfect time for me to see such a thing. So, the Etsy, what we did is I got a little backstory of how you started out at Etsy, and now you go to Geekiana.com, and what you do is you craft. Is that you sew things?
No, I don't sew.
You don't sew?
Okay, I was telling you that I made the sleeping bag for my daughter.
Right.
And that's the extent of my sewing, because I went and I bought a bedspread and put a zipper into it and called it a sleeping bag.
How did you know how to put a zipper in a
Well,
thing? Did you find directions online?
No, I have a sewing machine, and I can hack my way through some projects.
Oh, there you go.
But I would not say talented at that.
Did you have home ec in junior high?
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
What did you make in home ec in junior high?
Everybody made a pillow.
We made a pillow.
Yeah. And
what did you just make?
I did the dog.
Yeah, we had to make a design. I made a violin for my sister. Mm-hmm. Guess what is never going to work out when you're 13? Trying to make something as complicated as a violin. She was very pleased anyway.
Well, that's good.
She was supportive at the very least.
That's good.
Yes.
I made a duffel bag.
Oh.
And I also made a stuffed dolphin that was a leftover home ec project from my brother. Oh. So it got a second life.
I made an ill-fitting blouse.
Oh, we didn't get that fancy.
Oh, and then there was a cooking segment.
Yeah.
There was a cooking segment and a sewing segment, and I feel like that was it.
That's all we did.
Yeah.
Dutch oven pancakes.
There was no cleaning segment.
No.
There was a great deal of inappropriate, I found, at the age of 13, discussion of our menstrual cycles.
Oh, that,
Who had their period, who didn't.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of bossy magoo going on about somebody doing anything, because there were no boys.
Oh, we had boys. I think we did that in health class, when we had to go our separate ways and then come back and giggle at each other uncomfortably.
Oh, yeah. There was that where they talked about that. The teacher never talked about our menstrual cycles.
No.
There were sexy 13-year-olds who wanted to be sexy, and so they would talk about our breeding cycles. And I was like, I'm over here reading a dog book.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about, I like that boy, he seems very handsome, but I'm going to go over here and read about this horse.
Yes. I read all the horse books on the shelf.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. And so it was, but I do think about that, because I wanted to take shop.
Yeah.
But only the boys
so you
got to take
didn't
shop.
get to take shop? We had to take shop also. We did wood shop and metal shop.
You did wood shop, metal shop, and home ec?
Yeah. We did.
Well, that's the best school ever.
Well,
let me just say that. Well played.
It didn't seem that way at the time.
Sure, at the time you were raging hormones. And
yeah, it was. But that's okay. I made it through. So that's all that really matters.
Right. So, let's talk briefly about Doctor Who.
Let's.
Because I was saying to you that I thought
you said you think
creepy.
you've watched about 5 episodes so far?
Of the first new Doctor in 2005. And I want to watch more, but there hasn't been enough time to really, because do you ever sit and just watch like 4 episodes in a row or 6 episodes, like marathon it?
Yeah, I mean, like when we started watching it, and everyone was like, for years and years, and I don't think we started watching it until 2010.
Okay.
And everyone was saying, you gotta watch this, you gotta watch this. I know you like this, and I know you like this stuff. And I'd say, oh yeah, I used to watch it when I was a kid. And I vividly remember my big brother coming into the kitchen and saying, okay, there's gonna be this thing on TV tonight. It's gonna be on PBS. It's kind of a big deal. And you're gonna sit down and watch this with me. Okay. And I sat down and I watched Tom Baker. With him.
Right. Which was the one my parents watched. They watched Tom Baker. And I want to watch it, and I will. Yeah. So I'm 5 episodes in.
And I felt like, so we watched it, and my husband was like, yep, I'm all in, I like it. And I was like, yeah, it's good. Yeah,
so let's do this.
And then it just snuck up on me and just clobbered me. It's like,
you're like, I am so in now.
I have watched 3 episodes tonight, and the kids are going to be getting up in a few hours, and I got to go to bed.
What now? How many seasons is the first Doctor from 2005?
Only 1 season.
Oh, is he done at the end of it?
Very sad for me. I was
because that's a bit of withdrawal.
Yeah.
I remember when the Doctor changed from Tom Baker to the next guy, and that's when I stopped watching it.
Yes. It's very funny. It's always very traumatic for people, and people get very into this. You never forget your first Doctor, and they get, which I think is fine. I think that's totally fine. And this is why I think that you should have, I want you to have a Doctor Who expert.
An expert.
I mean, somebody who really loves it. Because everybody has their favorites, and I totally respect that.
Who's your
it's not
favorite?
a problem. I can't pick a favorite.
Right? How many has there been since 2005?
Well, we are currently on the 11th Doctor. In 2005, that was the 8th Doctor.
Okay.
I mean, the 9th Doctor.
Okay, so 9, 10, 11. So we've had 3 Doctors in the last 8 years?
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad.
No.
Okay.
No, the 10th Doctor, David Tennant, he's the one that stayed for quite a while.
Okay.
And Matt Smith has been there for quite a while too. But, I mean, the seasons are fairly short too, compared to American TV.
Right, they're not 22 episodes.
No.
They're shorter.
No, they're 13s generally. So there's big gaps in between when they're airing, which is very annoying once you're caught up.
Right.
But
if you're backed up, you get the rest of your life ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really enjoy people that just want to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that like the new, like the old, or respect the old. I understand that some people just can't get into it. They can't get past the cheesy sets and the puppet monsters and that kind of stuff.
Right, they're kind of goofy.
They are. I get that. That's fine.
But but some of the topics are so very, very dark and real. Without any apology.
Oh, yeah.
And talk to like a puppet. Like all of a sudden a puppet's going to talk to you about plastic surgery. And you're like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then, all right.
I love it. I just love it.
It's just, I mean, I like how gutsy it was. It was like Torchwood and how great that was. When you're like, what is this? And it was so dark.
I know. And I loved Torchwood too. I just really loved it.
Yeah. But
I think that's dead, but...
You know what, did you... You know what I have watched is that Jonathan Creek. Have you tried
No,
that?
I haven't.
It is essentially Castle with not good-looking people. and he makes magician tricks, and he lives in a windmill.
Okay. Like you do.
And like you do. And she is a tabloid writer. And not a very good person. And both of them are genuinely normal looking. Holy crap, are they very, very good. Just plain English folk. And neither one of them are particularly likable. And you're like, but every episode is a locked door mystery. Like, you're like, well, that there could not have been a mystery. because of that. And then you watch it and you're like, oh, because he's a magician's guy. He knows how he did it.
Right.
And so whatever.
Right. Yeah,
so
there's a
doing
lot.
doing good work.
Yeah.
Sherlock?
Oh, love Sherlock.
Yeah.
Just love it.
All right.
So I've got a little bit of, I don't know, it's pretty British themed.
Mm-hmm. Right. Most of your stuff on Geekiana, right?
I think it's all.
And do you work, do you have a day job too?
I have a day job now. I used to run a screen printing business.
Okay.
For my parents.
Okay.
And that's the other way it got started. They were like, well, we don't pay you very much, so if you want to make stuff on your own,
okay,
you should feel free to do that. And I felt very free to do that because I was like, oh, I have a million ideas.
You are correct. I will do this.
I started doing it.
You know how to make the screens and everything.
Yeah.
I worked at a screen printing place here in Minneapolis.
I know, that's awesome.
I worked at Cold Side Screen Printing.
Yeah.
And, but I never knew how to make the screens.
Well, my dad started in, 1977 or 78.
Uh-huh.
He wanted some t-shirts and he priced it out and he was like, that's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an engineer, so I'll just go to the library and get a book and do it myself.
Yeah.
So he used to come into our classroom when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And for one day in elementary school, I was the coolest kid in class. And he was awesome because he'd print a shirt for everybody.
Oh, wow.
So we have been doing it pretty much my whole life. And when I was in high school, he bought out a shop that went out of business and got the big equipment. He got a 4-color press.
4-color spinny thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
The big dryer, the spot dryer, the whole 9 yards. Heat press, everything. So then we really started
producing.
Yeah, doing stuff. And he turned it into a little business. And
wow.
And then I started working for him 9 years ago. And then once both my kids were in school, then I said, it's been swell and you're wonderful parents and I love you very much, but I kind of need some money.
I need a real job.
Yeah.
I got to go get a real job.
So I have a day job that's very boring. And
and
this is how I keep my creative side alive.
Right, because you have the police box one.
Yep.
That you were telling me about before I fucked up the recording.
Yes.
And it's just, it's a lot of Doctor Who themed shirts and sweatshirts and zip hoodies and...
Yeah, and we make stuff that's for women, too.
Yeah.
Because it's really boring to just have a big old boxy black t-shirt all the time.
Yeah, the unisex.
Yeah.
I wish, all the Dork Forest stuff is all unisex.
Yeah.
But it's, I'm working on it. I just got the Ranger shirts are Bayside Union.
Yep.
They're Union.
And
Bayside.
they are, Bayside's expanding. They have, I think, ladies now.
Oh, do they?
I'm pretty sure. They have like 3 colors, but...
Right.
But with black.
Right, I'm sure black is one of them. Maria is selling American Apparel.
Yes. Which I cannot support.
No, it's the Girls Gone Wild of t-shirt sales. I can't fucking support that.
But that guy is just awful. He's
a
so
creep.
awful.
He's such a creep. They're very soft shirts.
They are lovely. They are very comfortable.
But what I'm told is that there are other people that are working on making a soft shirt too.
Yes.
So all of the shirts that I use are Bayside, and the green and brown Dork Forest t-shirts are just Bayside regulars, made in America.
Yeah.
Right? And then the black Baysides are Union made.
Right.
And then incoming is who's coming in? What's happening? What can I do for you?
We're shooting the show tonight, and I was just double checking the backstage lighting.
What's your name?
Mike Phillips.
Hi, Mike Phillips.
TPT.
Welcome to the Dork Forest.
Hey.
Play through.
Thank you.
Sure. It's the local PBS.
All right.
And
Yeah, Bayside shirts. Yeah, we are using Canvas and Bella ones, and they're expanding into American.
Is that US made too? Or?
Yeah, they're not all of them, but they are expanding, which is promising. So we are supporting them, which is good.
That is good.
Yeah.
It's just you might as the union made ones are so much more expensive that overall I make an okay profit on all of them. But I mean it just didn't seem right to not even try.
Yeah.
Just
absolutely.
Let there at least be a poor adult woman making a t-shirt rather than a tiny child.
Yeah. And we're not perfect and we don't get to do everything. But the nice thing is we have gotten such awesome support from people that like what we do.
Yeah.
And since I have this real job now.
Oh, right.
My
Supplements
husband,
it a little bit.
he runs the day-to-day stuff.
Okay.
And he does the shipping and
fulfillment and all that
yep,
stuff?
and he answers questions and that kind of stuff. So I say us, I mean me and John.
Right.
But,
yeah. It's
we have gotten such a good response from people that we have been able to kind of up the ante on what we offer and get some nicer stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. I think with every business I've ever seen, where you're just like you start out super basic, but once you can establish something, you can make it a little bit better. You can make it a little bit nicer, and a little bit,
and a little bit weirder. In my case, because I like to get into really specific references. Yeah, so it's really fun.
What's the weirdest shirt that you have in there?
I haven't put it up yet, but I think that I just printed one the night before last. That is the 3 doctors from the new series, so 9, 10, and 11. But I redid that Miro painting, inverted personages. Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with that
Not
one.
offhand, but I will put it as a note.
But I redid that with the 3 doctors.
Okay. Were you at Convergence?
Yes.
So did you get to see the costume ball?
I didn't. I was at Convergence with little kids.
With kids, so
yeah,
you could.
So
I judged the costume thing, and the theme was women are powerful too, or some such. You know, it's that whole thing where you're constantly explaining that women are people.
I did the shirts that year. I should know what the theme was. Wonder Women. Yeah. That was the theme of the convention that year.
And the costumes that won were the reimagining of the doctors as all women. Mm-hmm. And there's actually a video online. If I can find it, I'll put it in the notes. Yes. You would love. And
I posted that video.
Okay, one person was dressed as the box.
Yep.
As the phone booth, and then the other people, a lot of Victorian, a lot of bustles.
Oh yes,
but like the color schemes were the same, and the scarf, like the Tom Baker one had the long scarf, and everybody has their because everyone has each doctor sort of has a tick, right?
Well, they all have an outfit. They all have a thing that they wear,
but it's not always a hat.
Not necessarily a hat, no.
Are there hats? How many doctors have hats?
Oh, that's a good question.
All right. You got nothing?
Not 2, at least.
2?
Yeah.
Go for it.
There's definitely 2, and then the 11th Doctor, he likes various hats.
Okay.
Like, so fezzes are a thing right now.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of a big deal.
Okay, because it's...
So, this Miro one, I put a fez on him.
Okay.
So that you would know.
To be supportive.
You wouldn't go, what is that weird stick figure? Well, people are still going to go that. It's pretty weird.
It's just pretty out there.
Every time I'm designing one, if I start to giggle when I'm designing it, I have to do it.
Okay.
I just have to, because it makes me laugh, and I love it.
That's the best.
It just makes me so happy.
I have the same opinion about stand-up comedy. Yes. If it makes me laugh, I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah.
A Man Called Horse, nobody's seen it. I'm doing the joke anyway. And I will explain the movie if I have to. And
I currently have a Watership Downton Abbey t-shirt.
Oh my god.
I've sold 2 of them.
Okay, that's awesome.
Because people are like, what? I don't...
Yeah, that is... I would like that shirt. I love Watership Down. I have not gotten to see Downton Abbey yet, but I understand it is great.
It is really great.
But it's soap opera-y, right?
Oh, I think it's so funny.
But I love Maggie Smith.
Oh, she's so wonderful. She's so wonderful in everything,
was old
but also
in Room with a View.
Yeah.
How has she not aged in the last 40 years, except for she's still 57 years old?
She's just amazing. And what I think is hilarious is that, there's lots of twists and turns, and people got very up in arms about the end of the last season. Mm-hmm. And
how many seasons are there?
Oh, 3?
Okay.
I think there's 3.
Okay.
And I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, what show have you been watching this whole time? What did you think this was? This is very clearly a soap opera.
Right.
Of the highest order, but...
Right, everybody speaks in British accents, but it's still a soap opera.
It's ridiculous. Anytime you see somebody having a particularly good time, things are going well for them, oh, they're done. They're just something horrible is going to happen. It's just going to be awful.
Okay, note to self as I begin to watch Downton Abbey.
Somebody had a panel discussion at Convergence this year about Downton Abbey. And they started talking about what a wonderful feminist show it was. My friend was telling me about this, and we were saying, What? Have you seen it?
No.
Yes, there are women in it.
Right.
Have you seen some of the
That
things
doesn't
that
necessarily count.
happen to the women?
Are they all slaves?
No.
Well, to some extent, or do they get raped?
Oh,
Mass raped?
No, I mean, definitely it could be worse. But
Right.
I think it's still accurately portraying the time. Let's just say that.
Okay, so not ideal.
No,
Things are not
for
going well.
not for anyone.
Okay. It was a great time to be a white man.
Yeah,
And that is it.
With a title.
With a title. Right. And if you were a white man without a title, I suppose it was a bummer.
Not so good.
You know, one of the greatest... I'm going to an anime convention in Dallas again. Every January. Last January I did it. This January I'm doing it because it freaking makes me happy.
Good.
And I met this woman at the Anime Con, A-Con, in Dallas last year, and we were talking about Georgette Heyer novels. And I love Georgette Heyer. I am currently rereading all of them.
I have not read those.
Oh, they are...
Please put it in the notes.
I will put it in the notes. Of course, Dan. It's you will like them. They are very fun, and they're kind of hard to get. Though I think that they just started reprinting them again. And she wrote from the 20s to 72, and they're just comedy of errors, comedy of manners kind of things, right? And they're romance novels. And I said to this woman who's a very noted, though I didn't know her, but a very notable science fiction author from Britain. And I said, yeah, she's sort of the poor man's Jane Austen. And she goes, Georgette Heyer is not the poor man's anyone. And I was like, I have trod upon a dork toe.
Yes.
And I do not mean... Because I genuinely, I like Georgette Heyer better than Jane Austen. Just because it's more accessible. You know, Jane Austen, they're 400-page novels, and they're very funny, and they're very sweet, and they're very interesting. But Georgette Heyer are 250-page novels. And they're written in the 40s and 50s and 60s, and they're much easier to read. And you can reread them, and they're lovely, and they're funny, and they're smart, and they're great. And they're very sweet. And or dark. Because she also wrote a bunch of mysteries that are just okay, by the way.
I can only read so much mystery. I got into Agatha Christie for a while, and I was like, oh, this is surprisingly delightful. I was really enjoying it. But it got a bit repetitive.
Well, especially if you read by author.
Yeah.
Like I was reading Daniel Day-Lewis's dad, Dad Lewis, who wrote under the name Nicholas something, and he wrote pulp noir mysteries in Britain in the 20s and 30s and 40s because they needed to make rent, and then in the 60s he became the National Poet Laureate for Great Britain, it was fun. And he didn't have to sink so low.
Right.
So I read like 4 or 5 of them, and they were great, and then I bought another 6, because there's about 14 total. But by the 5th or 6th one, I was like, oh, I gotta take a break.
Yeah.
And I'll come back to them, and they'll be fun again.
Yep.
But it is hard when you read one author the whole time, because you're like, no, I get it. Yeah. And it's like hanging out with the same person all the time. It's great.
Yeah.
But you want to hang out with other people too.
And I watch Doctor Who in a continuous loop.
Mm-hmm.
I start.
Oh, really?
I start with the 2005, and I just watch it all the way up to the present. But I gotta watch and then I start over again. But I gotta watch other stuff too.
Okay, you mix it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was doing that until the Avengers came out. I was watching all the movies in a row and then being furious about the Avengers. And then watching all the movies in a row until the Avengers came out. And now that the Avengers has come out, but there's a new Iron Man that we don't have, and then the second Thor.
Yes.
Have you seen?
No, I hope, since I'm ditching the children this weekend, I hope to be able to see Thor this weekend.
You saw the first one?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Super funny and silly.
I loved it. I've heard a lot of people complaining about it, and I don't understand.
I thought it was great.
I loved it.
It was great. And the second one, I think, is better.
Okay.
Yeah. And they keep the same kind of jokey silliness, too. So it's kind of goofy, too. But it's a superhero comic book, and it's Thor.
Yeah.
He's not always the brightest guy in the world.
No, he's not supposed to be.
No, he's not supposed to be. He's very handsome. And I was talking to Marilyn Rice-Cub from Chloe from 24 and many other things. But she's married to a very nice man named Matthew, who is a personal trainer. And he's very, very fit. And I don't always know what to say to him. And so we were sitting at the bar the other day before a show, and I said, "Have you seen the new Thor?" And he laughed. And he goes, No. I didn't see the first Thor. And I said, "Well, you should know that Chris Hemsworth, he's let himself go." And that made him laugh, and I felt good about myself.
Oh, good.
To make him laugh. Just to
Do
make
you
him...
remember the Thor and Hulk movie that was on TV in the 80s?
No.
Another thing my big brother
said,
made
we're
me watch.
watching.
We're watching this.
All right.
Oh, man. It's just, I've seen some YouTube clips because I don't think I could sit through the whole thing again, but...
Might not hold up?
Oh, it does not. It does not hold up even a little bit, but I really think that I have this affinity for things that, when you were a kid, and that's why it's so wonderful.
Yeah.
When you were a kid and you saw it, and then you are a grown-up and they make a better one.
Yeah.
And really just make it so awesome.
It's like that when Mark Ruffalo played him, I finally got the Hulk for
it
the
was
first
so
time.
great.
Yeah.
I could not watch the Hulk when I was a little kid. I was terrified.
Or the TV show?
The TV show, oh. It was
Was there anger issues around you?
No. Well, no, I guess my brothers were kind of awful to me. Anything scary, Amityville Horror, Poltergeist, Kingdom of the Spiders with William Shatner.
That sounds horrible.
They used to go, "Oh, no, come into the family room, it's fine. It's not a scary part." And I'd walk in, and something awful would be happening on the screen, and I'd run away.
Were they all older?
Yeah, 5 and 6 years older than me.
The hilarity of men.
Oh, they just
don't approve.
Loved. Just at Halloween, we were talking about the time that they put on the Halloween effects record.
Yeah.
They shoved it onto the record player into my room and turned it up as loud as they could.
Yeah.
When they knew I was sleeping.
Oh, God dang it. Yeah. My brothers...
and you know what? They don't remember that stuff. They don't remember it at all.
Convenient.
My
brothers were never scary. My brothers are some of the biggest pussies in the world to some extent.
I wonder what
that
that's
isn't
like.
the right way to put that. How do I express the fact that my brothers are... Because there's other ways of putting it, none of which are flattering to women or to gay people.
Right.
It's all, there's a comparison where you're just like, they're just kind of... They're straight men who are in touch with their inner lady. Like my oldest brother, the evangelist, loves all Disney things.
Yes.
Like a madman.
As Greg Proops says, I'm straight, but I make no case for it.
Oh, that might be it.
Yes.
Oh, that's a great line.
Well, it's
freaking Greg Proops. Yeah, exactly. The man has many. And then my second oldest brother cries. He cries at the drop of a hat, and he will drop the hat. He'll drop at children and animals and sad movies and commercials.
And you don't have that problem, even though I cry a lot more now that I'm old.
Right, I'm better. I'm more in touch with my own. But my sister and I are much tougher.
Oh well,
than my brothers.
Oh yeah.
And then my third oldest brother owns all of the Gilmore Girls.
Oh dear.
And then my brother Russ is the worst. He's got Connie Francis and Ruth Brown on his brain. And you're like, what is happening, you and your wife and 2 children? Not making a case for it.
That's I think the best way to put it. I don't know.
Leann Olsen, it has been a half an hour.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's a good. I would like to do more, but I do have to get ready for the show.
You have to work.
And let's have you back on for reals, just because, and we'll talk about what else to talk about.
That would be wonderful.
Geekiana.com.
Geekiana. Geekiana on everything.
I Geek INA.
Yes.
.com.
Yes.
It's a store full of T-shirts and a lot of Doctor Who stuff from the sound of it.
Yeah, it's a store. It's a podcast sometimes.
Oh, you do a little podcast yourself?
Once you put the kids to bed, might do a little podcast.
You and the hubby?
Yep.
Chitter chat?
Yep.
Nice work.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to the Dork Forest. You've been a fan for years, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And thanks for all of your support. Everybody else, you're doing good work out there, too. So take care. Bye.
Well, that show was awesome. Let's do the credits. Patrick Brady, he fixes the audio every week. He also does the teaser videos on YouTube. So Patrick Brady is an awesome guy, and I thank him for his work. Mike Rickberg sang the song you heard at the beginning, composed and sang it with his girlfriend Sarah. He's going to sing in about a heartbeat for the Mexican Hat Dance. And Vilmos fixes my website, JackieCation.com. So support him and his work. Thanks a lot, you guys. Take care out there. Bye.
My hat, my hat, my hat. They're dancing around my hat. My hat, my hat, my hat. Well, what do you think of that? If it looks like a Mexican hat dance and it sounds like a Mexican hat dance, it's most likely a Mexican hat dance. So take off your hat and let's dance.
Yay! Oh my God. Why don't we just call that as the end of the show?